welcome back to Women's Health Monday, where I'll answer your questions about women's health and exercise. Today we're talking about adding movement. So October's been about pelvic floor, and we'll come back to it again. But today we're going to talk about training the core in a mindful way. So we call it concentrated core, and the only way it differs from regular movement in the gym is like you're concentrating on it. End of story. So in week 1, we discussed the Kegel or the pelvic floor lift, and we synchronize that with our exhale. And then we added activations and visualizations to enhance our ability at the pelvic floor lift. Today, we're going to add movement. So just to be clear, this is not the only way to train as a woman. This is not the only way to lift weights and strength train. It is just, it's kind of like the abs track in an aerobics class. It's just the concentrated core bit. And then you might still do your regular program on top of that. So we're going to do 4 exercises. And I'm going to practice exhale on exertion for all 4 of those exercises. And hopefully by then you'll have the hang of it and can do it yourself with your own movements. We're going to use the power plate, but we're actually going to leave it off. So the reason for that is even off, the power plate is unstable-ish, right? So anything that's unstable is triggering a core response from your body. Your body will stabilize. But we leave the machine off because we want to feel a lift and a drop of the deep core while moving. And if the power plate's on, you'll get a big lift and it's very hard to drop. So definitely progress to power plate on after you've mastered this skill. But perhaps not if you're hypertonic, just for the concentrated core, because if you're hypertonic, you're locked on, you're always on in the pelvic floor, and that makes it really hard to relax. We can use the power plate in other ways to help your pelvic floor relax. So our first exercise is just a squat. Now, you know, the reason why a baby can't walk when it comes out is because of gravity. So gravity is compressive force, which means the exertion phase of any movement is the moment you are pushing against gravity. So if I breathe in, relax, pelvic floor, breathe out. 1. Breathe in, relax, pelvic floor, breathe out. Okay, again, this is not the only way to do squats. This is just doing squats for core training. Okay, I might still go and do squats with a different kind of breath later on. Okay, the second exercise we're going to do is a lunge to balance. Okay, now balance, as I said, is fabulous because of that unconscious stimulation of your deep core and reactivity. So we lunge. Here's the exertion. So we balance. Okay, you want to stick that balance. Breathe in, relax. If you're flexible, you can actually rest on the floor. Step up, stick the balance. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, lift. So you should get a discernible lift and drop. And I've tried to give a wide range of competency requirements in the deep core with these exercises. So some you'll probably be able to do and some not. That's okay. So the push-up, the moment we're against gravity is breathe in, relax, breathe out, lift. Breathe in, relax, breathe out, lift. Breathe in, relax, breathe out, lift. And again, not the only way to do push-ups, okay? But you can do 2 breath holds. You can do the opposite breathing if you like. This is just for concentrated core and just for priority number 1, which is, you know, sneezing, laughing, yelling, exhaling. that's when we need our most lift. And our last exercise today is called a Campbell Crunch. So it's basically sort of the angry cat cow. So that's the cow, that's the cat, except we're going to add a little hover with the knees off the floor. So you breathe in, you relax, you let your pelvic floor open up. You breathe out, curl your back, press hands, lift pelvic floor, exhale. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, lift pelvic floor, hover off the ground. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, lift pelvic floor. Okay. So then if your goal was strength training the pelvic floor or tightening the pelvic floor, then you would add power plate to those. The other thing I want to say is today we taught exhale on exertion, but as I said before, that's just one way of doing things, and diversity is really important, especially later on. So once you've nailed that skill of exhale on exertion, don't be afraid to experiment, like breathe out when you're relaxing. I mean, breathe in, breathe out while you're relaxing and so forth, or hold your pelvic floor on and continue to breathe normally, stuff like that. But your first priority, because it's the most important time for us, that we're most vulnerable when we're sneezing, laughing, yelling, exhaling with force. That's why we train exhale on exertion first. All right, I look forward to seeing you all next week. Remember to send me your questions because I find them interesting and some of them have certainly made me think. And I will keep answering them every Monday at 12:30.